from Kashmir, and I would like to thank sir from the core of my heart for his extraordinary hard work and dedication and sincerity that he has shown over the period of these 2 weeks. I think when I came here, I first said that I want to go into infertility, but now I have changed my mind. I think I want to go into laparoscopy full time. I'll be doing CLHs as well. And one of the things that I really liked and I would like to mention here was Sir's terrific sense of humor. Yes. Whenever he used to crack a joke, there used to be no signs of any smile on his face. And when the whole thing would finish, then everybody would laugh and would have a laughter. I remember that laparoscopy phishing site when he said that don't type laparoscopy. Then second joke he cracked today that we should not produce superhumans, otherwise they will use us as pigs for learning laparoscopy. So let's take a vow that we will not produce superhumans and we will just be good laparoscopic surgeons. Thank you very much, sir.
Good evening and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Mahisar Bruna. I'm from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I am a pediatric surgeon. I would like to thank Prof. Mishra a lot for me to learn this laparoscopic surgery in 2 weeks from the very basic, the anatomy and the physiology about laparoscopic surgery. Before this, I don't know why, what's the purpose of doing white balancing. Now I know why. And it's been a very good experience for me to be in India, first time in India, and I hope after this I can go back and practice and then being expert in the laparoscopic surgery. Thank you very much.
I am Dr. Meena Vidyasagar from India. It has been a 2 weeks of professional treat for all of us. These 2 weeks flew just like anything because we all have enjoyed these 2 weeks of professional experience. The time spent is relative term, like the theory of relativity, like Einstein says, if you enjoy any moment, the time flies away. But if you are suffering, then time just stands by over there. So Dr. Mishra has been a wonderful teacher. He's got that touch of art of teaching and his in-depth knowledge of any subject if you see, and the physics behind each topic is that clarifies so many concepts. So a few things which even in gynecology which I didn't know he has clarified. And his sense of humor also I appreciate.
Like triangle of doom.
Triangle of doom. Yeah. Actually we have hardly that triangle of doom. But here we have, but now we'll be much more careful when going on that spot. And his sense of humor also is very good. I think like we have humor in uniform in Reader's Digest, we should have humor in MAS now from now on. This course has been, I think, very good for those who are in the dawn and noon of the laparoscopic surgery. I'm in service. I will be leaving service in a short while and look for a job somewhere after 1 month. So I hope his teachings will be beneficial to me when I'm looking for a new job. And all these experiences I feel will be very useful to me both theoretically as well as practically in the near future. Like he has said, I've opened the owner's manual. I'm still to complete that. I hope I'll complete it and grasp every bit of it in the future. And I'll remember his, I hope I remember all these few sentences which he has spoken. That disaster is just waiting to happen. Thank you.
Well, I am for DMAS, but still another 15 days to go. But this 15 days, how it went, it was like a Zoom. Thing is, even though we are practicing laparoscopic surgery, but we are very child in that. And after coming here, we could make out a lot of mistakes what we are doing, and Professor R.K. Mishra is there to help us, and hope so in future also we may find it more easy for the lab surgeons to go ahead with that. So I thank
Bangalore. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Akebisa for what he has done and what he has taught us last 15 days. I have been doing laparoscopy since last 2 years, but every surgery I used to feel like I'm missing some link in every surgery. I'm doing something wrong. I had always the fear that I may harm this structure, that structure. But now on, I can confidently say that with all the tips he has given, I can operate safely. Thanks to him for all that. And the next thing, as one of the colleagues said, even I had the feeling that today being a Valentine's Day, I'm asking laparoscopy to be my Valentine. And as I am a diploma candidate, then after next 15 days, I hope I can ask it for marriage.
I'm Ms. Rita Barreto from the Philippines. I'm a gynecologist. I would like to thank Dr. Misra for the comprehensive lectures that he has given us. I haven't started doing laparoscopy in the Philippines, but now I have some confidence now in starting MAS, and I would like to mention how great Dr. Misra as a lecturer, it could feel the desire, his desire to share everything he knows. What he knows is everything that you can feel that he wants to help everyone. I think that's all that I can say.
I'm Maya Constancia Celina Ferraris from the Philippines. I'm a gynecologist. I am glad that I had my FMAS training here at the World Laparoscopy Hospital under Dr. Misra, and I agree with Dr. Mina that he's a wonderful teacher, and the trip to India really is really worth it. And while we learned a lot, and while learning, we had fun, isn't it? Thank you.
Dr. Edita Latitan Flores. I'm an OBGYN. I'd like to thank Dr. Mishra and his staff for making my expectations fulfilled. I learned not all the things about laparoscopy, but the basic, the fundamental knowledge regarding laparoscopy. So I thank you. You are an incredible teacher, just like India. Although I had bad experiences earlier when I arrived, these were all changed into good, into better things and perspective. So I would like to invite you also to come to our country, the Philippines, and teach us some more. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Irene Pineda Rodriguez from the Philippines. In a few hours, we'll be also going home to our country, bringing with us lots of good memories of India and of Dr. Mishra. I think we will be confident enough. We're not doing minimal invasive. Our husbands do minimal invasive, but I think we're more confident than them. They'll brag our, this will be ours. We'll brag this to all of them. Thank you, Dr. Mishra. And we will not forget all the principles. Even we used to make a loop. They call it loop the loop. We call it just a knot. And after all, it's done the job. Thank you, Dr. Mishra.
Good evening. I'm Unica Lea Angeles, also from the Philippines, one of the 6 delegates of Filipinos in this group. It is a privilege and an honor to be a part of this training and to be trained by an honorable and unselfish man and an amazing teacher, Dr. Mishra. The trip here for us is really a very long one, and to being mother of 3, it is really hard to be away from those 3 kids that I have. But it's all worth it, having learned everything that Dr. Mishra has taught us. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank not only the great Dr. Mishra, but also my colleagues, because at first I'm really hesitant because I will be with the international group. So it will be very hard for us to communicate, but I'm wrong. This is a great batch, sir. And we'd like to thank you for being not very unselfishly taught us everything we need for this course. Thank you so much. And thank you for the spicy food too.
Good evening, everyone. I'm from Chhattisgarh, and that's in central India. And I don't have words. Everybody has already said so much about Dr. Mishra and what a wonderful and excellent teacher and guide he's been for us. And I hope that I can open the Laparoscopy Hospital in Chhattisgarh also.
Where is Chhattisgarh?
It's in District Bilaspur. It's called Munger.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Amini from Iran. When I search about laparoscopy in the internet, I find these books about laparoscopy center training. When I come to India, New Delhi, I find Dr. Mishra, a good teacher, the professor about laparoscopy training, with good groups about the laparoscopy. These times go fast very, and I like about laparoscopy. I hope train about other materials in the exercise, in the experience with Dr. Mishra. I hope for time days with Professor Mishra. Thanks.
My name is Dr. Mwangi from Kenya. I come from the base of Mount Kenya, where I come from. In the region I practice there is no laparoscopy, and I'm a gynecologist. I'm seeing a lot of cases. I refer them to the main hospital about 200 kilometers. They never go. So I was saying I'm missing something for my patient. I was advised to come and see the commissioner of operation who was here before, and close to his word, I have actually benefited a lot. And I believe the knowledge I'm going to take back to Kenya will not be comparable from whatever they are doing in the main town. Thank you very much.
My name is Dr. Mwangi. I'm a gynecologist. I'm also from Kenya. I will take this opportunity to say thanks to Professor Mishra. Before I used to assist to laparoscopy, but as my colleagues have said earlier, there is explanation of every movement you do, every action you do in the laparoscopy. There has to be physics behind it. Okay, thank you so much.
Good evening, guest of honor, Professor Mishra and colleagues. First of all, let me admit that I've been to several places trying to look for training in laparoscopy, but I did not get that. That's for the last 10 years. And when I came here, I realized that this is the place. And the first email I wrote to my boss and my wife, I said, I've met a gentleman who makes me feel like I was doing witchcraft in the hospital. And that was Professor Mishra. I'm yet to meet a human being of this quality, immense achievement, but who has remained humble and a human being. This is wonderful. Actually, I've been trained. Now that I've been trained in laparoscopy, those places I was exposed to laparoscopy, but now I've been trained in laparoscopy. I hope this is not going to be an end. And I would like to thank Professor Mishra profoundly for accepting to take me to this training. I would like also to thank my colleagues. They've been wonderful. They have assisted my group. They've been very helpful to let me, shake around a bit, but tell me to continue, which is good. And we've made friends. Part of this conference is training, but also making friends. And we've made friends from all over the world, which is another very big advantage for this training. I thank you very much, my colleagues, for tolerating, some inefficiency here and there. Lastly, I think behind every successful man there's a woman. I would like to thank you, Mr. The man of this quality who travels all over the world, if not make it, giving up supporting my thank you very much.
Dear Mr. Misha, dear our guests, dear my colleagues. I am Dr. Arkoyait from Jordan, a surgeon. I have the great honor to be here with you. Well, actually, it's very hard in a few words to summarize the very great job and the knowledge and the experience what he was given for us by Mr. Mirsha. But anyhow, I would say he is a very great man, and I would like to thank him very much for the job, extraordinary job actually what he gave for us, and for the knowledge and for his modesty too. And thank you very much.
I'm Baginda from Malaysia. Actually, I work in Johor Bahru, which is border with Singapore. I work in the General Hospital, which is one of the largest and busiest hospitals, which is Hospital Sultan Aminah Johor Bahru. And I've got 2 kids, and my husband is pilot with Singapore Airlines. So I was lucky enough that when I arrived here, that was that was 2 weeks ago. Actually, frankly speaking, I was feeling a bit depressed. I saw the first thing, I saw so many people. Delhi was nice, but out of the Delhi airport area, I was shocked actually to see the amount of people. Because in our country, we don't have that many people. Unless, like what my colleagues say, that only after a football match, you see this much of crowd. And then after that, we went through small lanes, and we ended up in the hospital. Then when I went into the hospital, another thing, oh my God, why am I going to stay here for 1 month? And well, I had no choice because my husband had to leave that evening. But he managed to get some things from me from the one of the malls here. He said that, Baginda, I'll give you something, provide you with all the basic necessary, whatever you need. And after that, I felt like crying when he was going. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be alone. How am I going to live here for 1 month? Then after the next day when I went for class, well, it was, an experience changed. And day to day, until today, I've really enjoyed when I met Prof. Mishra, attended his classes, and all my colleagues. I really made a lot of friends, and they really made my stay here today. And very wonderful actually. I had a very nice experience meeting all kinds of people. And back in my hospital, I have been doing laparoscopy. We have been doing all these lab BTLs, lab cystectomies. But frankly speaking, I did not know the basic, like what my colleague said. So we do not know what is white balancing. All we know is just that softness, not balance. And we do not know, the other senior nurse will come and adjust the white balancing. So now, and I didn't even know what is the diamond ball concept. And I was thinking back, oh my God, God has saved us. We have done a lot of surgeries, but thank God, by God's grace, that none has came back as complicated. So, Prof. Mishra, like all others have said, you are really a very great person. Despite you are so knowledgeable and you have everything, but you are very humble and down-to-earth person, and you're always smiling, which I really appreciate, Prof. Mishra. And thank you so much to everyone for making my stay here wonderful and memorable. And I'll be staying here for fellowship, so I've got another 2 more weeks to go to my remaining colleagues. But this will be a memorable stay here. And lastly, but not least, I've attended so many courses. But it has never been one teacher like Prof. Mishra. Thank you once again.
From Malaysia, I'm a gynecologist. I'd like to thank Prof. Mishra for the job well done. I would like to thank his team too, because with all the other supporting staff, they taught us very well. And Prof. Mishra too showed a lot of dedication, and one day I would like to be like him too. Laparoscopic teacher and expert. Thank you very much.
Good evening. They call me Henry Ataura. I'm from Ghana, along the west coast of Africa. Actually, this is my second time I've come to India. The first was at Maulana Azad Medical College for an NSD program. So you can see India is becoming like my home when it comes to academics. I cannot find words to actually describe my feeling of the way laparoscopic surgery has been impacted to me by Professor Mishra. I mean, the fundamentals. I like physics a lot, so it was really like in a game, like in a dance with him when he talks about the physics of laparoscopic instruments, laparoscopic images and illusions. Really, it has been very, very wonderful. And to find ways to express my gratitude is really, really difficult. The gratitude remains in our hearts. To my friends, I would say it has been very wonderful having you around. Ghanaians are very, very jovial, but I found other people more jovial than us. The Filipinos, the Malaysians, the Egyptians. I used to think that Egyptians were found them very, very, very jovial. We would be missing something, the humor of Professor Mishra. In fact, I didn't know that I used to prepare tea anyhow, but now I even know how to prepare tea. I don't think I'll miss him as far as the academics is concerned. They'll be missing that aspect of his humor. And Professor Mishra, we wish to say thank you. And on my behalf, I would like to say that we'll be very glad to have you establish a kind of school like this in West Africa. In fact, the relation between Ghana and India has been dated long, long, long ago to the first presidents of both countries. So, for a center like this in West Africa would be a feather in the cap of India. We already have a lot of cooperation, and I'm looking forward to have that cooperation. What I will be missing is the very, very nice vegetarian diet that I've had so far. But I will still enjoy that vegetarian meal for the next 2 weeks. Thank you.
Professor Mishra, honored guest, thank you. My name is Haile Musgabe. I migrated to the United States as a teenager from Eritrea, which is a small country, for most of you do not know geography. South of Sudan, north of Ethiopia, of course, in Saudi Arabia. I practice in Washington, D.C. I think a lot has been said, Professor Mishra, about your teaching ability. I've attended a lot of conferences, like all of you said, but I've really never, ever seen anybody who can integrate the sciences and the clinical aspect and the ethics and the philosophy and the humor with it. I've never seen anybody who's just obviously very gifted. And this has been one of the best courses I've ever taken, honestly, and I think like everybody else said, you've been a wonderful teacher. We appreciate you very much. And I think the other thing is, besides the academics, the ability to organize and put a system together. You know, have you noticed he doesn't say anything, he just flips his finger and everybody's just putting the finger, they're right there doing what he needs to do. He doesn't even say anything, he just looks them in the eye and they're doing it. To me that's a sign of a great organizer, great leader, so I think that aspect of it will stay with me, how he put a system together, how he put good organization together is really another gift. And I think the reason why all of us get along, become good friends, because he's such a good man. It comes down from you. So, on all aspects, you are just an absolutely all-around great person. I will try to be your ambassador for the United States. For anybody who wants to train here, I will definitely be a spokesman for you. Again, thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Syed Anis Ahmed from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Actually, first of all, I would like to thank Prof. Mishra for his wonderful job. And he taught us all the basics, and also for each and every moment he has got physics. So he taught us how to make a cup of tea also. So which one to put first and how to make a good tea. Okay, so really we enjoyed our stay here. On behalf of all the Malaysian colleagues, I'd like to thank everybody. And not the least, I'd like to thank all his dedicated team. He has got a fantastic dedicated team. So I'd like to thank all the members of his dedicated team, and hopefully I'll come back again for the remaining DMS or something like that. And it helps me to regain my confidence in laparoscopic surgery. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Omar Al-Hajj from Sudan. We have seen Africa now all from east to west, and we are the central heart of it. Yesterday, we are driving along to Agra Road. We are just wondering to see, we are told that Taj Mahal is a very nice place, and it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. We are just driving all the crooked road, and we stopped a while, and then when we entered inside that castle, we are astonished about this marvelous architecture and about this marvelous building. Then one of the guidance, he told me, just see this marble, and he lit his candle. Below it lights. And I said, oh, what's the physics behind that? How the engineers made this. Then he asked me to return back a little bit and look at the pillar. I saw him. Then he said, I saw it's made of many pillars. When I came near, it's just only 3 parts only. There is also optical illusion. Now I recognize that Taj Mahal is the wonder of world. It's now counted. Now the wonders are 7, become 8. But to my point of view now, there is 9 wonders of the world. One of them is Dr. He's really bright and clean like the marbles. And he's also colorful in his knowledge, and he's never giving anything, he's giving everything like Taj Mahal also. Thank you very much. I hope I will get much benefit, and I will spend and I will handle your candle in our Sudan, and together with our colleagues in Africa, so we'll be together inshallah. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Abdullah Shahri. I'm from Saudi Arabia, working in Laparoscopic Hospital, young gynecologist. My head of department, she had a fellowship with Dr. Mishra before, and she sent me to this place to do fellowship and diploma, and she told me this is the right place for young doctors to learn laparoscopy, and she was right. And to thank her, and I want to thank our wonderful Dr. Mishra. He is a great teacher from great India. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Mamdour from here, General Surgeon. I'm really thankful for Dr. Mishra, and I'd like to summarize my thankful to him that I am proud to be one of his trainees. Thank you so much.
I regret to tell you that in these 2 weeks I've been facing with a huge problem. I'll tell you why. Because since I became a surgeon 9 years ago, I was always thinking myself, okay, if I myself suffers from a kind of surgical disease, to whom I should refer myself. Before these 2 weeks, the answer was simple. Professor X, who was my professor in surgery residency. But now I think I should travel to India, to you. No, so if I die because of a surgical disease, you're responsible for it? Thank you.
Sorry for coming in between. I think this bouquet from the entire fraternity sitting here, it should go to Dr. Mishra and Mrs. Mishra. I don't know how to start. First of all, I am really thankful and indebted to Dr. Mishra for giving me an opportunity to interact with this international community. Normally, we are all involved in our daily course, in our hectic affairs, but as a police officer, I always say, if you ask me honestly from the core of my heart, there are only 2 noble professions: police and medicine, who can give you immediate relief. But the sad part is, with the passage of time, after spending about 17 years in a uniformed force, serving for the people of India, at times one feels bad. And I always use one line that instead of becoming professional with time, we see instances of we getting commercialized with time. Two professions which can give anyone, common man on the streets, immediate relief. That is a uniformed cop and a doctor. Immediate. We take the entire medicine fraternity takes an oath in the name of Hippocrates. We police officers, we also take oath in the name of the Constitution of India. But somewhere we lose the track. It's a pleasure to interact with such a wide international community. I was just noting down the names of the countries. I take it as a privilege. From Far East to Africa, and as you said, the entire Africa. A colleague from Eritrea. I think Eritrea was born out of Ethiopia in the year 1991, if I'm right.
1991.
Am I right? I think I'm right. Senior colleague from Egypt. I think you would take your coming to India as an epoch making event, because you come to India, the great democracy, and finally Egypt. Those waves, those vibes, somewhere, for the last 30 years, I think I was around 10 years maybe when Mr. Hosni Mubarak took over charge after the assassination of Anwar Sadat. And for the last 30 years, he was there. All of a sudden, you sit at Tahrir Square and within 15 days he's out. But the grid somewhere goes to India that your feet you come to India, you are in India, the great vibrant democracy, and democratic airs come to your lap. I think you have to thank India for that, and you deserve a credit for that as an Egyptian, because I'm basically a humanities guy. I'm a graduate in history and a postgraduate in history from Delhi University. We have studied Egyptian civilization, Chinese civilization, Mesopotamian civilization. A friend from Iran is also there, and obviously the Indian civilization, what we call the Indus Valley civilization. So we know all about Egypt. But the way the things have changed, again, it is a symbol to the entire globe, how things can move. It is the people's power. Ultimately, it is the people's power. If people want it, the common man wants it, it will happen. It's a message for the entire globe. It's a pleasure. I have a friend from Kashmir. Which part of Kashmir you are? Srinagar proper? Yes. Achha. We've been to some parts of Kashmir. I've been till, I've seen the entire your Tilel Valley. Okay. I've been till Kanjalwan, seen your Uri, seen your Kupwara, seen your Anantnag as a uniform in the early 90s. It's a pleasure to interact with such a wide community, and you going back from India with good feelings. The incredible India as we market ourselves, we write for ourselves. India is a country of, as you said, that is also my refrain, as I always say. The only problem with my country is too many heads. Overpopulation is an issue in our country. Any person coming from Singapore, the systematic traffic, the systematic, you can't find it in India. We are millions and millions and millions, I don't know, at times one feels pain. In Delhi, when I leave my residence for my office, I have to plan every day, I have to plan my journey. If the transit time is suppose 15 minutes, I start 45 minutes early. That is not done. A lot of time is wasted on the streets, but this is the way it is. But we as Indians, we are happy with it. Therein lies, everything has its plus and minus. Life is a mixed bag. You won't get all the plus, you won't get all the minus. So if one wants to be happy, we always accept life as a mixed bag, a combination of plus and minus, a combination of good and bad, a combination of day and night, a combination of darkness and brightness. It is a pleasure, and I once again extend my thanks. And I was in fact selfish when Dr. Shah was I was keeping very busy for the last 15-20 days. The Honorable Home Minister Mr. Chidambaram was to visit us today, and we were really keeping very busy for the last 15 days making preparations. Doctor was very desperate to talk to me, to have an appointment. Doctor, no formalities with me. I would love to be with you. I'm in love with the doctor fraternity, the medical fraternity. I have so many friends, and without having an MBBS degree, I have decent knowledge about orthopedics, neurology, general medicine, as a user, as a sufferer. Because as we say, once when you fall into that situation, obviously you learn it. So I never miss an opportunity to be with my medical friends, and I never knew the kind of hospital he is running. He had given me a brief profile about World Laparoscopy Hospital at Gurgaon, but I never knew that 2/3. I was just inquiring what is the profile of this course. 30 is strength, and out of 30, 20 from the international community. 2/3, 1/3, a ratio of 2/3, 1/3, and the kind of words I could hear about Dr. Mishra. Everybody has fallen in love with Dr. Mishra. On Valentine's Day, Dr. Mishra. There's so much to learn from this person. A person who has his personal disabilities. When I saw him for the first instance, you feel a person with his disabilities, and he's created so much, and he's giving so much, and he's given so much. There's so much to learn from him. I salute you. But I am very happy that the kind of feedback which one could get and one could gather from Singapore, Japan, Malaysia, Philippines, Iran, Kenya, Jordan, Ghana, Eritrea, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and obviously my colleagues from India. Doctor, I think I have also fallen in love with you. I have a young daughter, and I don't know what will happen in future, but I think of to enter the medicine field. But after meeting you and after getting the feedback, I think obviously I can see something. I can visualize something. Yeah, I can visualize something. Once again, thanks a lot, and India is just too good. India is just too good. You are also good. Why did you say India is good? Because as I always say, if I am good, I find goodness in things. If I am bad, I can't find goodness in things. You might have landed the lady there from Malaysia. Obviously, when you landed, obviously you'll feel, and well, I'm in an alien land. But the only thing we Indians have which distinguishes us from others somewhere, we are very warm. You'll always find the warmth. Obviously, you might find an odd person with your adverse encounter with him or her, but you'll find the warmth with us. Again, a pleasure. Thanks a lot, and I extend all my good wishes. And hope to, as I always say, till the time we haven't met, we are strangers. But once we've met, we know each other. And this earth is round and it is very small. We'll meet again. Thanks a lot. All the best. Thank you.